Managing access and ensuring the appropriate level of collaboration and security is crucial for any machine learning team. Neptune's role-based access control allows you to define who can view or interact with your workspaces or projects at any time. In this video, we will explore Neptune's structure and how it's broken down. We will control access to workspaces for a particular user. We will assign user roles at the project level, in the Neptune web app, and also programmatically. And finally, we will assign a role to a service account that is project-specific. In order to understand role-based access control, we need to first understand how Neptune is structured. At the top level, we have the workspace. It can be useful to have a separate workspace for each team or organization that you're working with. A workspace holds projects. A project typically represents a machine learning problem you solve. A project can contain multiple experiment runs and model versions. A run is a tracked experiment. Models are a collection of metadata common to all versions of a model you're working on. With the theory out of the way, let's head into the Neptune app and see it in action. So, this is a workspace. This particular one is called Showcase. Within this Showcase workspace, we see all of our projects. We can have multiple projects, as you can see as we scroll down the page. You enter a project by clicking on it. We store run-related and model-related metadata on a project level. That means that it is also efficient to compare metadata between multiple experiments in a single project. That's why if we are interacting in any way, it is useful to store them in a single project. The same is true for models. So if you want to analyze your models or model versions, you can do that on a single project level. We have two levels of roles within Neptune. At the workspace level, you can either be an admin or a member. As a member, you can only create projects. As an admin, in addition to creating projects, you can manage subscriptions, manage workspace members, delete projects, and disable the creation of public projects. So let's see this in action. You can invite people through the workspace menu. In the top left corner, click the workspace name, select people. Neptune can find any registered user based on their email or username. Once a user has accepted the invitation into the workspace, you will see them here. You can then go and assign whether they will be an admin or a member. In addition to doing this in the app, we can also do this programmatically via the Neptune API. In our code, we can use the invite to workspace function to invite users to the workspace. All we need to do is declare 3 parameters: the email of the user we want to invite. Let's invite Jackie. For the workspace name, in this case, it's Showcase. And for their role, we can choose between an admin or a member. We'll add them as an admin in this example. And that's it. We can also do this at a project level. However, it's worth noting that if your plan doesn't include project-level access control, you can only have projects that are available to all workspace members or fully public. However, if you do, back where we see all of our projects, let's click on these profile images. This is where you can manage the roles of people on the project. You can also do it when you're inside of a project. If we go back and open the onboarding project, in the top right-hand corner, we also see those profile images of the people again. Clicking here also takes you to the same view as earlier. So we can assign workspace members to specific projects with different levels of access. As an owner, contributor, or viewer. A viewer can only view project content and its members. A contributor can do everything a viewer can, but also edit project content. And finally, an owner, in addition to contributor permissions, can also edit project members' settings and properties. Similar to the workspace level, we can also do this programmatically. You can assign users to a specific project with the Add Project Member function. All you need to do is include the project name. In this case, we'll use the onboarding project. Then, the username of who we want to add. In this case, Jackie. And then finally, the role we want to assign them. In this case, we'll assign them as a contributor. It's as simple as that. To automate and enhance your workflow, you can create service accounts in your workspace. Service accounts are a special type of non-human privileged account. They can also have specific access the same way a user does at a project level. When creating the service account, you can choose to grant it access to all projects that exist at the time. If you did not grant universal access, or you created a new project after that, you need to assign the service account to the project manually. We can do this by going into the Project Settings menu, by clicking on the three dots and selecting Assign Service Accounts. Select the service account you want and assign it as an owner, contributor, or viewer. Once again, this can be done programmatically. You can assign a service account to a specific project using the Add Project Service Account function. Let's add the project name. We'll use the onboarding project. Next, add the service account name, and then the role we want to assign to the service account. In this example, we'll assign it as a contributor. So to recap, we learned about how Neptune is structured in terms of workspace, projects, and runs and models. We then assigned a user a role at the workspace level. We also assigned a user a role at the project level. Finally, we explored how we can assign a service account to a specific project in both the Neptune app as well as programmatically. If you want to learn more about how to use Neptune, head over to our Resource Center. This is where you'll find more video tutorials as well as public example projects, case studies, and product updates. So check that out for more detailed information.